Hey everyone, TimaeuSS here, and welcome to another Honkai Star Rail video. Argenti is out, and his rating is ass. That's right, ASS. No, not the character himself as ass, but the tier list placement is A for singles, S for blast, and S plus for AoE, which means 4 to 5 targets. Now, a couple of things have changed on the tier list for Pride One, and I've talked to Ant, and a few changes you can of course read in the changelog. But basically, one of the biggest thing is Danghan being pushed down from S plus to S tier across the board. And again, this is E0, okay? So they make specific emphasis on this being an E0 tier list, and which is why Jingliu is the only S plus across all three different modes, the single, blast, and AoE. Of course, this is also going to be memory of chaos dependent, so the buffs will make a pretty big difference. But enough of that. Argenti is going to be the man of the show, the topic today, and A in single, S in blast, S plus in AoE. He is truly the king of AoE DPS. That's right. When there are 4 or 5 more targets, he's going to put out some insane numbers. You can see here as well in the CN video, which I'll cover in a separate one. Argenti with buffers, just with Tingyun as well as Bronya, he's able to make a huge amount of AoE damage. So let's just fast forward to this. Look at this. Boom, 334 on an E0 Argenti. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So yeah, we'll go over some of the builds as well. But a couple of things is Danghan being dropped down actually affected a lot of the other units being dropped to a lower tier as well. So just keep that in mind. If you know Danghan didn't drop Argenti, you can probably see him at S tier. Now, taking a look at the build, this is again done wonderfully by Pride and Grimro. So check out Grimro's channel if you haven't already. He does the casting along with Vulcan for our TimaeuSS Cup, PvP Cup. So for the relic set, we're currently looking at of course, the physical damage one, and also increases the attack, stacking up to 5 times. So it's 25% attack buff and physical damage 10% on this 4-piece champion of the Streetwise boxing. And a new planetary set is actually pretty decent for him. 12% attack and also 18% more damage if you reach 160, but most likely 135 with 12. And in terms of teammate, again, I'll break it down with regards to what the CM bros are playing. But at the current moment, Bronya does look to be one of the best teammates for Argenti. So there's a very long review written by the Pride 1 team as well, but the most important takeaway is it's a new mechanic with using different energy checkpoints for the ultimate, and if you cast it at full 180 energy instead of 90, AoE DPS is for Argenti is one of the highest, if not the highest, in the entire game. So quite good, and huge AoE potential. 2 ultimates giving the player more choices, so you can mix and match. And also Argenti's single target damage is not the worst. If you take a look at the comparison, so this is the CM Bros calc, this is Argenti, okay, with no supports and single solo DPS using max attack in comparison to Jingliu, for example. In the same 4-turn damage output, you're looking at 34% less. But if you use supports, right, and if you let Argenti ult another time, you're looking at only about 10% difference. So Argenti is a lot better in terms of getting support value. So by using units like I've said, Bronya, Argenti will do insane amounts of damage. And if you have energy gen units like Tingyun as well as Wuhu, you're gonna see a lot of insane damage coming out, even against single targets. That's right, for Argenti. So the builds, it's very similar to the build in Pride One. So the CN suggests physical force set and Salcedo instead of the new set. Again, I'll take a deeper dive into a separate video, but they do suggest Salcedo. And speed boots, of course, crit rate chest, okay, instead of usual crit damage, and attack rope and physical orb. So that's the build in terms of their testing, and you can already see insane amounts of damage. So Argenti not bad in terms of AoE DPS, but you know, with the recent release of those crazy characters, you know, Jingliu, Danghan, and all these, even though Danghan dropped the tier, Argenti does seem a bit, I wouldn't say less power crept, but kind of resetting the board, right? Because I know a lot of people are super excited about units like Lunae for the next version update. So many people are saving for Lunae and getting multiple copies, and even after that, Dr. L plus ratio is another very exciting prospect. So not a lot of hype for Argenti. It does show, I think, a lot of my friends that are not pulling for Argenti and just saving, even though Hanya is a very decent unit that's being added on the Argenti banner, but I think she has been changed with regards to the early beta testing. So as it currently stands, no longer a game-breaking support. But you know what? Not so bad. If you don't have other supports like Asta, you can of course put Hangya. But currently, Bronya and Ting are just so much stronger, and we are about to get our first limited 5-star harmony. So yeah, the competition does get tougher. So this banner, let me know your thoughts. Did you skip? How's Argenti? I know a lot of people that did pull for him are having fun with the AoE clearance, and just damage wise, if you have multiple enemies, Argenti is going to put out some very, very big numbers, arguably the highest in the game when the conditions meet. But yeah, it's hard for me to personally justify Argenti at my current state. So let me know your thoughts, and yeah, it's TimaeuSS here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Most likely a Argenti CN guide if I decide to make one. Otherwise, Hanya, separate video, and all saving up for Lunae. Mommy Lunae. Alright, goodbye now.